Hello, good afternoon everyone. Welcome back to your next English online class. I hope that you had a nice lunch and you're ready for the class. Before moving into the class, can I ask you, what was your lunch? Can you remember what was your lunch? What did you have for lunch today? Yes, I'm sure that you are able to recall or you're able to remind your lunch, what you had today. Do you remember the lunch, what you had yesterday for the lunch? Sometimes you will be, if you are able to think for some time, sometimes you can remember. And if I'm asking you, what did you have for lunch before 1 week and the same day? Means the last Monday, what did you have for your lunch? Can you remember? No, it's impossible, isn't it? So what all the things did you do yesterday from morning to evening? Can you tell? Yes, I'm sure that you can tell. You can count one by one and you can tell. But can you tell what all the things did you do in the previous month as the same day? That is difficult, isn't it? Now, today is 16th. So the last month on 16th, what all the things did you do? Do you remember? No, it's very difficult for us to remember all the things. So the life is like that, isn't it? A few things that we can remember, especially the things which happened just before some time or before some days. But before many years or many months, a lot of things happened in your life. Do you remember everything? Everything. Can you remember your first day at your school? No, impossible to remember, isn't it? So this is what the speciality of human being. When the days are passing, we are able to forget everything, isn't it? But somebody out there, isn't it? You might have seen even in TV shows, YouTube, maybe among your friends, you might have seen some people who have excellent memory power. They can remember everything. They can store everything in their brain. At any time, it will be there. As it and somebody you might have seen that they are sharing their childhood experience. When I was a small child, I did this and that and all. And they have a good general knowledge also. And if you're asking about anything, if they read it once, they are able to tell. Can you tell one of your friend like this who is having an excellent memory? Maybe somebody will be there in your class. Can you tell a few names about the people who do not have a good memory? Means who will forget everything very faster? Certainly a number of people also will be there. For example, let's take examination. If I'm telling you the coming Monday, means the next Monday, there is an exam for you. English. Okay. And I have given you 2 chapters also. Somebody other, from today onwards, they will start studying. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and they will study till Monday morning. But when they get the exam question paper, they forget everything, isn't it? And they are not able to write anything. That is what their condition. But somebody are there, especially boys, I think especially boys are there, they will take their book, they will open their book only the previous day or the previous night of the exam. And they will just go for a reading and they will remember everything and they will write. But somebody are there who will read for the whole week but unable to write anything because they are not able to remember anything. So what I mean is, some people are there in this world who has a good memory and who do not have an excellent memory. Good memory and bad memory, both are there, isn't it? So here you're going to learn an interesting, a funny chapter of Bepin Chaudhary. Okay, he is the main character of the story, Bepin Chaudhary. Okay, so he has a problem. Actually, he is a person who is having an excellent memory, but he faces a problem of forgetting. Some incidents are happening in the story. It will be very interesting. So when I read the chapter, use the tip of your finger and follow me through the lines. So in your textbook, page number 60, here the chapter is here. Bepin Chaudhary's lapse of memory. Lapse means a break of memory. Means he forget something for a while. That's it. Okay, so Bepin Chaudhary's lapse of memory, Bepin Chaudhary's loss of memory. Well, so he is forgetting something for a while. Okay, before you read, look at your textbook, page number 60. Do you have a good memory? I have asked you the question. Has your memory ever played any tricks on you? Forgetfulness often puts on you in a tight spot, but forgetting a part of your life completely may drive you crazy. In this story, Bepin Babu goes nearly crazy because he cannot recollect his stay at Ranchi. He has never been to Ranchi. He insists, though there are many witnesses to the contrary. What is the suspense all about? So I'm not going to disclose, or I'm not going to discuss the answers of these questions, okay? Because everything is just a suspense for you. Who is Bepin Chaudhary and what is happening to him? Let us see. First part. Look at your textbook. Every Monday, on his way back from work, Bepin Chaudhary would drop in at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. So, you're going to see the main character of the story, Bepin Chaudhary. If you're checking page number 61, you can see the picture of Bepin Chaudhary. Okay, so every Monday, when you're seeing the person for the first time, every Monday on his way back from way back from work. So after his work, when he comes home, Bepin Chaudhary, when he comes home after the work, every day he would drop at Kali Charan's in New Market to buy books. So Kali Charan's means it's a library. Okay, he visits a library at the New Market every day. He was an excellent reader. He's an excellent reader. So after his work, every day when he goes back home, he visits Kali Charan's library. Crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers. So these are the books he usually reads. Crime stories, ghost stories and thrillers. Usually what kind of stories do you like? Crime stories, investigation stories. The stories of Sherlock Holmes and all. And ghost stories that we know. And thrillers, the same. Then he had to buy at least 5 at a time to last his through the week. My God, how many books he reads in a week? 5 books. So he's an excellent reader. So he reads minimum 5 books in a week. He lived alone. The main reason is what? He lived alone. Was not a good mixer and a few friends. And didn't like spending time in idle chat. And you know what is his specialty? He lived alone. And he is not a good mixer. Means what? He is not a good person to mingle with others. It is very difficult for him to mingle with others. Okay, he loves to be alone always. So that kind of a person he is. And he is not a good mixer. And few friends means no friends actually. And didn't like spending time to idle chat. Chatting means talking with others. So he is not interested to talk with others. It's a waste of time. And he doesn't have any friends also. He was living alone. And the main hobby is reading books. Then, Bepin Babu had a feeling that someone was observing him from a close quarters. Okay, what happened, Today at Kali Charan's, so when he was standing at that library, what happened, Bepin Babu had a feeling that someone was observing from close quarters. So when actually look at the picture, when he was checking the books, and suddenly he felt that somebody is observing me from behind. I understood. Somebody is there observing me. Okay. He turned round and found himself looking at a round-faced, meek-looking man who now broke into a smile. So suddenly he turned back and he saw a person was there looking at him. What kind of a person it was? He turned round and found himself looking at round-faced, meek. Means humble, quiet, calm, a nice person. Looking at him who now broke into smile means he smiled. When Bepin looked at him, he smiled him back. Hello, who is this? Let's see. I don't suppose you recognize me. That man said that. I don't suppose means I don't think that you can recognize me, you can realize me. Have we met before? Asked Bepin. So Bepin asked, have we met before? How do you know me? The man looked greatly surprised. Eh? We met every day for a whole week. Don't you remember me? Can't you recognize me? Huh? What? We met every day for a whole week. I arranged for a car to take you to the Chaudhary Falls. Don't you remember those things? Huh? We met before a long time. We met every day. A whole week. And once I arranged a taxi car for you to take you to Chaudhary Falls, waterfalls. Okay. So in 1958, in Ranchi, actually not here in this place, in Ranchi we met. And my name is Parimal Ghosh. Ah, what a nice name. My name is Parimal Ghosh. Don't you remember who asked these questions? You know, the strange man asked these questions to Bepin. Hey, my dear Bepin, actually we met every day in a whole week. And once I arranged you a taxi to Chaudhary Waterfalls. Don't you remember? In 1958, we were together. Where? In Ranchi. In Ranchi, we were together. My name is Parimal Ghosh. Don't you remember? He asked. Ranchi? Eh? Bepin is hearing this word for the first time. He said that Ranchi. Now Bepin Babu realized that it was not he, but this man who was making a mistake. So making a mistake. So Bepin thought that actually, okay, it's a problem with you. Actually, I didn't visit Ranchi and I don't know you. Sorry, wrong person it is. Bepin Babu had never been to Ranchi. He has not visited Ranchi yet. He had been at the point of going several times but never made it. Actually, he planned to visit Ranchi many times but he didn't do it yet. He smiled and said, do you know who I am? Hey man, do you know who I am? I haven't visited Ranchi. I'm sorry. The man raised his eyebrows but his tongue and said, he raised his eyebrows and tongue and he said, do I know you? Who doesn't know Bepin Chaudhary? What a question you are asking. The man is asking to Bepin, what a question you are asking. Everybody know you are Bepin Chaudhary. I also know. What a question it is. The man asked. The man now laughed around and he started laughing. What are you saying, Mr. Chaudhary? You had a fall in Chaudhary and cut your right knee. I have proof. The man started saying that I have proof. What you're saying? When you were in Chaudhary waterfalls, you fell down there. Do you remember? And there was a cut in your right knee. There was an injury in your right knee. I brought you iodine. Means the medicine I gave you. Don't you remember? I had fixed up a car for you to go to Netarhat and the next day. So when you got injured, I gave you the medicine and I arranged a car to go back to your place. But you couldn't because of the pain in the knee. But you were not able to travel because you had nice pain. You had a great pain. Can't you recall anything? What happened, Bepin? Don't you remember anything? Can't you recall anything? He asked. Someone else you know was also in Ranchi at that time, Mr. Dinesh Mukherjee. Okay, leave me. Do you remember even Dinesh Mukherjee? He was also with us there in Ranchi. You stayed in a bungalow. That do you remember? You stayed in a bungalow. You said you didn't like hotel food and would prefer to have your meals cooked by Bawarchi. Means a cook. Mr. Mukherjee stayed with his sister. Don't you remember that also? You had a big argument about the moon landing, remember? Oh my God. Can you imagine? See, the stranger is giving a lot of points, a lot of proof that they were together in Ranchi for a long time. He was asking, do you remember? You fell down in the Chaudhary waterfalls and you got injured on your knee and I took you to the hospital. I have gave you medicine. I have arranged your car. You had a great pain and you stayed with Mukherjee, Mr. Mukherjee, and you stayed in a bungalow because you need a food cooked by a cook. So do you remember anything? Tell you more, you always carried a bag with your books in You're on sightseeing trips. Am I right or not? And one more proof I can give you. You always keep a bag full of books. Am I right? Bepin spoke quietly, his eyes still on the books. Which month in 58 are you talking about? The man said. October. In 15/8 October we were together. No sir, said Bepin. I spent puja, means a festival, 58 with a friend in Kanpur. You're making a mistake. Good day. Then Bepin said that, I'm sorry gentleman, you're making a mistake. Actually at that time I was celebrating puja with one of my friends in Kanpur. So bye-bye. But the man didn't go. Nor did he stop talking. Very strange, one evening I had a tea with you in a veranda of your bungalow. Do you remember that? You spoke about your family. You said you had no children and that you had lost your wife 10 years ago. And one more thing I can tell you, when we were talking together in your bungalow, when we were having tea, you told me that you have no children and your wife passed away before 10 years. Your only brother had died insane. Insane means some mental issues, mental problems, which is why you didn't want to visit the mental hospital in Ranchi. I remember everything. When Bepin Babu had paid for the books and were leaving the shop, the man was still looking at him in utter disbelief. So when he was giving that much explanation, that much proof, Bepin was not ready to accept, because Bepin was sure that he hasn't visited Ranchi yet. So he didn't mind anything. He gave the money for the book and he left. But the strange man was just looking at him without belief. Okay, so he felt a strange feeling. He doesn't believe anything. That's it. So that's all the first part. So what do you think? Who is having the problem, with Bepin or with the stranger? Because the stranger is giving that much explanations, a lot of examples, all the examples are correct. But Bepin he doesn't remember about that Ranchi trip, and he is sure that he hasn't visited Ranchi. So with whom the problem is, that we will discuss in the next class. So here let me give you a small activity. So make 5 questions from this part and with the answers also, and send me before 4 p.m. It is very compulsory, okay? In the last class also, a few of you are there who missed your activities, so please send your activities on time. So before 4 o'clock, read your textbook very well. That's all for today. See you in the next class, and bye.